We're at B26, leaving the lounge. Much quieter than when we arrived. We enjoyed ourselves a lot here. Now we have to head to our gate. Thanks, you too. We are in group 10, waiting for our flight, and see at the top of the board it says Virgin Atlantic, London, and our flight numbers. So they called 7 and 8. Hopefully we're coming up soon. So we'll see how much luggage space is left. We've made it onto the plane. They're playing Cranberries very loudly. And here we have the plane, very full. I'm not seeing empty seats. Although maybe one or two. Now we have a 6-hour flight, 6 hour, 10 minutes, I guess. So that should be good.
Immediately. As our flight time today is just over 6 hours, we'd like you to take time to enjoy Vera, where you'll find hours of great entertainment.
So they delivered a meal and a salad is there. I got the chicken option. Looks like there's a chocolate dessert. I had 2 cream crackers and then cheese, a roll. I'm gonna open up the chicken so you see how it looks. You can see it has rice and some corn, maybe some veggie, and then the chicken. So we'll see what I think. I tried a couple bites of chicken and it was pretty good and juicy, actually decent flavor. And the salad wasn't horrible, so pretty much a win. So there you go. And I brought my water with me because it's nice and ice water. So I had enough food at the lounge, but if I hadn't, this is pretty decent. Here is the breakfast that they brought this morning. Although it's like 2 a.m. The time difference, it's getting close to 9 a.m. And so I got coffee with milk and sweetener. And then there's a blueberry muffin. I thought I'd open the box and see what's inside. So there's yogurt and fresh fruit and silverware. So really nice for, it's a cold breakfast, but still quite nice. They passed out candy at the end. It's love hearts. And I have Epic, Share Love, and Loving You. Cute little idea. I'm leaving the Virgin Atlantic flight. I didn't sleep very well, but that's more me than the plane. Goodbye. I was very surprised that we got 2 meal service. We had dinner and breakfast. I did not expect that, and they came by with drinks. They worked hard on that flight. They did a good job. Some cute little touches. Pretty cool. And I say that in seat 61, so if I had a better seat, I might be even more impressed. Okay, so now we have to go through customs, and then we'll be looking for the bus to get over to Gatwick. We have like 5 hours, maybe longer, 6 hours to do this, but with customs and everything, it can take a long time. There's our airplane that we're on. Very cool. And the tower. We're gonna go through customs. The nice thing is we don't have checked bags. I've mentioned it before, but then we won't have to go and get our bags. We already can just go through. So we'll see what the line looks like. was just thinking that it's been something like 24 years since I've been in London, so it's unfortunate I'm not going to spend time here. Just don't have the opportunity at this point, but hopefully that'll change in the future. I really do enjoy England. It's quite a cool country. If you have one of these flags, so that one there for example, I guess you have to have a blue and red and white flag in order for you to go through the good passport control. It says UK plus, then all these other flags. I just got out of Terminal 3, and so I wanted to try to find the bus, and with the signs it wasn't obvious to me, but I talked to someone at the Aerotel and they said we should go to the central bus station, that's where we'll find the bus to get to Gatwick. So it's really nice. And then when I looked it up online, it looks like that should work, but there's a lot of signs here with a lot of information about buses, so it wasn't super obvious to me. So luckily I met someone who was willing to chat, because sometimes it can be annoying when you work at an airport with all the people that ask you questions which to you feel like they should be obvious. So luckily she was nice, and hopefully we find our bus. Just waiting for my dad, and then we'll head down. I looked at the bus departures online, and it looks like they're gonna depart in a little bit less than an hour if it's on time. So we should be there with plenty of time to get to Gatwick from Heathrow. We're going to the central bus station. That's where we're going now. They have all these things you should do, like go to the aquarium, a night at the theater, visit Big Ben, giving people ideas on things they can do here in London. So it's kind of cool. It's always a smart idea for places to do this. What does it hurt? And if you have the empty wall space, it might give people an idea of things they can do and stay longer in this area. I'm wanting to take the LGW bus because the price is like half the price of compared to like the National Express. So I talked to someone who works here, and he said to leave from exit A. So I'm doing that. And he said they'll make an announcement, so I don't know which gate, but he said it should be from this side. So hopefully it'll be easy. But most of it's National Express. I'm not surprised we see more of it because, like I said, the price from what I saw is about double. It was £29 and LGW should be £15 a person. This is the entrance from where the bus is when they arrive. If you're heading to Heathrow, that's what it would look like. But for me, it said on their website that the bus should arrive in 38 minutes. So it's just me hoping that's true. This starling is singing here at the station. I don't think you can hear it. In fact, you probably can't because I have the microphone on, but it's so cute. I know it's not an uncommon bird, but it's putting on a performance. It looks like our bus has arrived. It says LGW, Gatwick Airport, so hopefully that works. We'll see. Just entering the bus with the LGW. Not too busy. I mean, it's noon on a weekday, but even still, so we're gonna take the bus over to Gatwick, and we should be there with plenty of time. You can see the black taxis. They're kind of iconic for London. Although I say that, no, I'm not seeing them right now, but I did a second ago. A couple here. They have a kind of a cool, distinct look to them. The bus is really clean. Like there's a power point down here. They have air vents at the top. And you have like a little tray table. The driver seemed to be in a hurry, but I don't blame him. Trying to get everybody on. The thing that wasn't 100% obvious to me was if you could buy the ticket on the bus or if you had to pre-purchase it. And as someone who's not used to taking the bus and you look at reviews online, it doesn't get the best reviews. This company, it's the Oxford Bus Company. So because of that, you kind of don't want to buy a ticket online in case the bus doesn't show up and then you're trying to get a refund, and it's not the easiest, I would imagine. So the point being, if you're a little hesitant like me, then just buy the ticket on the bus. I'm going to see because we're in a tunnel right now. I thought I'd mention that if you go into the bus terminal, you won't see any like counter for this bus. You have to look it up online. It's the Oxford Bus Company, but the bus doesn't say that when it arrives. It's the people call it LGW. And so the point being, the ones that you can buy tickets there at the terminal are what I saw, twice the price. Maybe there are better prices online or some way you can get it cheaper. But for myself looking at it, it was £29 instead of £15 per person. So, anyways, I should be there in about a little over an hour. I saw this egg truck and it looked kind of interesting. Just says Chapel Farm organic eggs, free range eggs. But we're on the road. A little bit of traffic. I guess we're on the M25. But not too bad. It's very nice to not have to worry about the trucks and driving on the left. I can do it, but it's nice to not have to worry about it or think about it, especially because we're just here for like our layovers, I don't know, 5-6 hours. But a layover with transfer. Really beautiful fall colors. Although I say that, I realize the camera's down lower, you can't see them as well, but you can see the trees on the sides, really pretty. The colors, the leaves are changing color. I am tired, so I was about to say the colors are changing leaves, but its leaves are changing color. I tried to sleep on the flight last night. I was able to sleep a bit, but not very much. I would say an hour, maybe an hour and a half of sleep, if I'm at the most. So I'm feeling pretty tired. So we'll see. Hopefully we can get into a lounge at Gatwick, but I'm not holding my breath. I was reading some reviews and it doesn't sound like they have a lot of space in the lounge. And I say the lounge, there's multiple lounges, but it doesn't sound very likely. But I won't know until we get there, so we can only try. I had some time here on the bus and I thought I'd talk a little bit about my thoughts about our trip so far. Right now, I'm just in the get all the flights done in Europe phase, and so it's a lot of going from airport to airport, and it will be like that for the next couple days. And then I think we're going to be having more time in, like, for example, we'll have a bit of time in Amsterdam and then a bit of time in Rome, and then we'll have a longer stay in Kenya, longer stay in Vietnam, and Bali. Actually, our longest period of time we'll have is going to be in Bali, which makes sense because Bali is inexpensive too. So if you're looking to make the trip more cost efficient, that makes sense. And then the last place we'll have a bit more time is Japan. I'm really excited about Japan because we're going to see someone that my family hosted as a Japanese exchange student, and she has come back to the U.S. for my sister's wedding, and my partner went to Japan. I looked it up as, like, I don't know, 11 or 12 years ago, and he got to meet her and her sister. So really nice. We've kept in contact, obviously not a ton, but I'm excited to see her and her sister. Well, I'm not sure if her sister will come because I don't know her, but I know this Japanese person. So I'm excited about that. And I have a friend of mine in South Korea that I think she's going to be able to meet up briefly because we're not there very long. But I met her when I lived in Australia, and she's always so fun and interesting, like really strong personality, really lovely. I enjoy her, meeting her and knowing her. And she took pictures of me and my partner when we went to visit her in South Korea and saw her, and she reposts those memories on Facebook, I think every year. So I'm excited to meet her or see her again, and hopefully enjoy some time, catch up a little bit. She's so sweet. So those are some highlights for me. I think I really like meeting people, so I'm hoping that our tour guide in Kenya is going to be a good one because that makes a big difference. Last year I went to South Africa with my partner, and we had a safari, and the guide was okay, but just didn't give a lot of background. I mean, did a very good job as far as bringing us to the animals and finding the animals, and that's really the most important thing, but only a little bit of background information. But then we had another guide in South Africa that showed us the meerkats, and she was wonderful. She was so amazing. So the difference between the experiences can be made or not, and based on your guide, which I think is always the case, but especially in certain places. So I'm hoping that in Kenya we'll have good guides. And the different people we meet. We're going to do a walking tour in Amsterdam and a walking tour in Rome, and I'm sure there's one or two more things I've planned and booked. So that's the thing, the itinerary is so big that it's hard to remember all the things and all the places. I've been using an app called TripIt, and it's been pretty good. Although I will say I have a version where it's supposed to help me navigate in the airport, and I don't find it to be very helpful, but it's still nice to have something, especially when you have all these flights booked. It's nice to have something that you can look at. I love traveling. It's one of my favorite things I can do. So, traveling has been a big passion of mine since I was in college. In college, I had the opportunity to live abroad for a semester in Holland, and it was so great. It was such a cool experience, and it really opened my eyes to traveling. And I traveled a lot by myself, and I just really grew to love it. I love seeing something different and meeting new people, and of course it's not only perfect experiences, you sometimes have crazy experiences as well. But I had some really great experiences. For example, I've gotten to see La Tomatina in Spain, where it's a tomato festival where they throw tomatoes from the trucks in the streets, and anyways, I've just really enjoyed traveling. I counted up the countries I've been to recently. I think I'm at 45 different countries. So after we take this trip, I'll be at, I think, 48 countries. I think it's actually more than that, but I don't know that I'll count some of the countries. For example, I've never been to Romania, but when we go to Romania, we're really not going to see anything. So hard to say if I'll count it or not. But I mean, technically yes, but you know, there's a difference between actually seeing something and checking off a box. So anyways, all that to say is I really love traveling. I would much rather travel than go out for fancy restaurants or have a new car, and I'm happy with budget travel a lot of the time. And because I say that because sometimes people think, oh well, that would be nice to be able to travel as much as you travel, and I know it's not easy and not necessarily everyone can do it, but majority of people can do it if you want to and you make it a priority. Because I don't go out for coffees. I prioritize where my money goes, which allows me then to travel. So all that to say, that's what I find. I do look at my video a little bit right now though, and it looks like I got hit by a bus. I'm hoping just because I've slept so little. So hopefully I will be able to go and get some good sleep tonight and tomorrow not look so beat up. But I still have a while. We have to go to Gatwick, and then we'll be hopefully in lounges or at a lounge, and then fly to Madrid. We get into Madrid, I think at 9 tonight. I'll have to look it up. 8 or 9, and then we're just there overnight. Anyways, those are musings on our way to Gatwick.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I read a review about lounges, and it recommended this #1 lounge, so that's what we're going to try to see if we can get into first. But it isn't obvious. You go over to through security, and then you have to take a left, not go down the escalator. So I'm glad I read the review. Otherwise, I probably would have gone to the wrong spot. So let's see if I can get in. So tried and failed. She said we had to come back in half an hour. So we'll hang out here and come back. We are trying this again. Trying the lounge. Hopefully she doesn't make us wait 2 minutes here. I'll try it. Bar area, and I'll show you the food. The food isn't super extensive. It's okay. But I'll show you what they have. They have some juices and infused water. Oh, they have Coke Zero, Diet Coke, Schweppes lemonade, Fanta, tea, more coffee makers. Then we have some noodles, jasmine rice, mixed the Thai red vegetable curry. They then have a pancake station, so you can make pancakes with all the different toppings. So not too bad. I mean, at least they have hot food, that's nice. And then they do have like a salad area. Let's go look at that over by the bar. So they have carrot and coriander soup. They have couscous over there. Sesame salad, peppers, hummus, bread. Looks like some s'mores bars, and desserts, and cheese and crackers. Those crackers looks like what they gave us on Virgin Atlantic. And a bar. So earlier it looked like people were drinking champagne. So I got some carrot coriander soup and some curried veggies and then red curry sauce, and then a salad with olive oil and balsamic. So we shall see what I think. The carrot soup is actually really good. Surprisingly. I wasn't expecting it to be good actually. It's like really fall flavors, like nice and like really good on a day like today. Nice, lovely. Just brings like warmth. Like a nutty squash kind of a flavor. Veggie curry's a little spicy, but I guess good to clean out the, I don't know, spicier than I thought, but not bad. And then I'm assuming the salad's just going to be like a basic salad you're used to having, so we'll see. Yep, it's like a salad. And that's why you don't eat it on the first date. It doesn't look very cute. The winner for sure is the soup. So if you come to this lounge, get the carrot coriander soup. Alright, we're leaving the lounge. Not many good food options. But I guess they have private lounge areas. Maybe those are a bit nicer. It was okay. So we're gonna go to our gate. We're gate 11. Leaving Madrid. A lot of kids tonight. A lot of babies. Here we are. Gate 11 Europa. It was like a 4-minute walk from the lounge tops. We'll see. Boarding the flight to Madrid now on Air Europa. My first time flying with this airline. Here's the business seats. Basically, they just block a middle. Not really much different. But I wouldn't say no to it if they put me in one of these seats, but that's not happening today. Here's the Traveler's Magazine from Air Europa. Let's see what's inside. Looks pretty cool. They have the screens that come down every so often. That's kind of cool. It's looking pretty full, so we'll see how our flight looks when everyone sits down. pulled back from the gate. Close to landing in Madrid. I don't have much to say about the flight because I fell asleep the whole time. So that was awesome to sleep a bit. But now we're gonna go and get to our Airbnb and actually have decent sleep, I hope, and then tomorrow we go back to the airport. We're almost to Madrid. The police are here at the gate, so I don't know if that's typical or not. But there's no flashing light or anything. But that's a police car and then the bus. I guess we're taking the bus to the terminal. I said that and the lights went on, but they're not flashing. I don't know. Interesting. The police officer is at the back of the airplane. Looks like he's looking at a passport. I'll see if I can get a glimpse of it. There's a vehicle there. Don't know why. I don't know what he's doing back there. I just looked back and it looks like the passport and ticket is being handed back towards the passenger. So I don't know ultimately if anything's gonna happen, but in the meantime, we're waiting to get off. I don't know if it's because the police are at the back so they can't unload the back or what's happening. Another Air Europa flight arriving. But I think it's stopping us because I think we would normally be going out the back doors as well. And we cannot because the police are here. But they haven't made any announcement or anything like that, so it's just me being nosy. Another bus came here. I'm guessing the other bus is going to follow too, since we can't go out the back. Or something. Hard to say, but at least we should be moving again because the bus arrived for the front at least. And we'll see if they let us out the back at all. The police were in the back talking to a lady, I don't know doing what, but there's Santa. He made it. We're gonna try to get onto the public bus. It's the 101, so the sign's over there. It was not obvious, so if you're coming to Madrid there and you want to take the 101 like we did, on Google Maps it shows a different pickup location. It shows that it's like over towards a parking area, or at least not where the bus actually is. And so we saw our bus coming up, but in one way that's good, because even though we missed that bus, we then saw where it stopped because Google Maps did not navigate us to the correct place. But it's not always perfect, and this is another example of that happening. We've made it to Madrid and getting close to our Airbnb. Here comes our bus, the 101. Just got on the bus. It was easy, you could tap when you entered. I didn't see where it was at first, so I was being dumb about it, but I figured it out luckily. So now just a couple stops and then we'll be at our place. I thought I had the bus figured out at the airport, and let's just say we're going on an extra route because we got on the 101, but it's going 2 different directions, so you have to pay attention what it says on the 101, and I got on the wrong bus. So luckily the driver is nice, meaning he came in and said, like, you know, what are you doing? Because it's the end of the line. Because we just stay on the bus. There wasn't many stops. Like, we've been on here for, I don't know, 10 minutes or something. So then we're just going to turn around and hopefully, I looked at the schedule. We should get there in a little bit less than half an hour. So we had an extra tour. So fun times, extra excitement. But I'm gonna blame it on not enough sleep. My partner, he said it's just because it can be confusing when they're at the same stop and you have to pay attention. He was just being nice about it, so that was good. But too bad it's not in the daytime because we can't really see anything. I mean, besides lights and cars, but still, try to take advantage of the time here. And we'll get to our Airbnb pretty soon. I was thinking about how nice it would be if in Honolulu they had the same system that they have here, because at the entrance there's like a little spot where you can scan your credit card or your Apple Pay or whatever, and they could even make it where if they don't want to deal with credit card fees, they could make it where you have to do it online and use a debit card or some other kind of payment. But then it sits there right behind the driver, and then we got on, we tapped it, we didn't have to get local currency. Super easy and simple. And then they have the screen up here, and it tells you when your next stop is going to be, how many minutes, and shows you the lines of the stops. So they make it very simple. Although I still got on the wrong bus, but you know, other than that, simple. And yeah, I should know better to check. It's not just the number, it's the direction the bus is going. But I wish when it was like that, when you could take the wrong bus, that there was some kind of extra notification on Google. So that would be cool if they could adjust that for people, so you would know because a lot of places you have to go to the different side of the street if the direction changes. But if the bus comes both directions, it'd be nice if they notified you about it, because when it's not your language, for one, and then for two, you're trying to figure out at night, and there's, you know, you're looking at different things, talking to people on the phone, suddenly you make mistakes. So, but anyways, all that to say is that I really like the system that they have here. It's very easy as someone who doesn't live here to pay for it, which is so nice to not have that barrier. I figured out where we went wrong. It wasn't that the bus stop was wrong, it's that we were on the wrong level. So the bus left from the departures level instead of arrivals. So that's why, unless maybe it's fine. Maybe we'll loop around and go the other. We will go to arrivals. Never mind. No, it was a different level. That's why we didn't see the correct bus. I'm sure that's so difficult to try to communicate to people when you Google Maps which level to go to, but for us it meant they were totally on the wrong level of the airport and therefore took the wrong bus. And because this is serviced more by locals, people who live here know that, but as a foreigner, had no idea we were on the wrong level. So we should have been over at departures. We would have been able to get on the right bus. But it's all working out. It's all fine. But in case you're like me, trying to take the 101, make sure you're going through the level of departures and not arrivals. I got too excited about getting into the room, so maybe I'll show tomorrow the area. But we have 2 like single beds, and our bags are right on our beds. But there's a little desk and a mirror and a little refrigerator and a microwave and a TV, a little wardrobe. and a laundromat down the hall. So it's really, I mean, as you can see, very basic, but I think it'll be great. And quiet hours are starting at 11, so let's go nuts. We have another 40 minutes.